Emily from burlapkitchen.com, where I'm all about simplicity. Today we're going to be doing a super cute craft using the Dollar Tree calendars that everyone's been going crazy about. And if you haven't got any, you need to definitely check them out because they are perfect for crafting. There's so many cute pictures in them. So we're going to be using a can that I took the label off and cleaned out, some Mod Podge, some cinnamon, some black chalk paint, and of course this calendar. So the first thing I need to do is open it. So I should have did that before I started, but I didn't. So let me get that wrapper off real quick. Now we're going to flip it to the back, and we're actually going to be using the little squares on the back for this project. So I'm cutting out the Christmas one. It's a little, I had to grab it here. It says good tidings of comfort and joy. So that's what I'm going to be using for this project. I'm going to start with painting my can with the chalk paint. So I sped this process up a little bit. You're going to want to give it 2 coats of chalk paint and make sure that it is super dry before in between coats, or your paint will clump up. So I am using my blow dryer. I get a lot of questions why I use a blow dryer and not a heat gun. That's just a personal preference. I feel like the heat guns get a little too hot for me. And another thing I do want to say when you're doing this, be careful you don't cut yourself. There's a very sharp edge inside my can. I normally run a bead of glue around it before I start, and I actually forgot this time. So just be careful you don't cut yourself. And also when you're blow drying, the can gets super hot, so be careful with that too. Okay, now that our second coat is almost dry, we are ready to move on. I'm going to take this little cutout that I used, and before I Mod Podge it to my can, I'm going to rip the edges. I wasn't sure if I would actually need to do that or not for this project, but I just did it just in case. I think either way would look nice, but I rip it that way it adds to that primitive rustic look that I'm trying to go for in this project. But you might be able to get away with not ripping it. So because we're actually going to cover it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just take my Mod Podge and paint the back of this little cutout, and then I'm going to go ahead and just Mod Podge that right to the front of my can. Make sure you get enough Mod Podge that it does stick. You don't want too much, but you do want it to stick good. So make sure you get the front of the can and not that back where that like ridge is, where all the glue meets. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use this cinnamon, which I also bought at the Dollar Tree. You can get the cinnamon at the Dollar Tree and the Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to begin by painting my can with Mod Podge. And I'm just going to generously sprinkle it with cinnamon. And this makes it smell so good too. Now, I decided it would be best to work over a paper plate because I'm going to save all that cinnamon. All that cinnamon that drips, I'm just going to put it right back into my can. So I'm just going to keep painting and sprinkling my cinnamon. And you don't want to paint over your project because over your cutout, because you'll cover it up. You do want to get the edges so it sort of blends in, but don't paint the middle picture or you'll cover it up, and you don't want to do that. I'm just going to keep working the whole way around this can, sprinkling with the cinnamon and shaking it off. And you can see it's starting to look super cute already. Okay, now that that's all done, we're going to take some more Mod Podge and we are going to paint over top the cinnamon. I'm so excited to show you guys this because this turns out so cute. So we're just going to go ahead and paint over top the cinnamon. And it is kind of, you gotta be a little bit gentle with it so you don't brush it off. But if you do brush it off, don't worry. Just sprinkle some more cinnamon on it and repeat that process. You can see where I got a little bit off there where the black is. I just sprinkled a little bit more on there and shook it off onto my other plate. Okay, now that that's done, we're just going to take a blow dryer and we're going to dry this, and you're going to see how cute this is going to turn out. You won't even believe it. I was so excited about this project, guys. So you just want to make sure everything is nice and dry. I would recommend giving it a quick dry with the blow dryer and then just letting it sit overnight. But since I'm doing this video and trying to show you guys, I went ahead and did it, blow dried the whole thing. Now that that's all dry, I'm going to take some twine and just wrap it a couple times at the top, just to add a little something extra. And I decided to go ahead and put a little jingle bell on that. I just slipped it right on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and just tie a real cute little bow, a real simple one, just like this. And then you're going to want to trim your little bow ends to get them to look the way that you want. And that is it, guys. This project turned out so cute. I'm so happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. For more great ideas just like this one, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.